everybody, Adam Cleri here with Let's Get Cookin' Fireside Edition. I'm the teen librarian at Bridgeport Public Library in Connecticut, but enough about me. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking Fireside Edition, which is a total rip-off of this guy.
It's Chef Jim Gaffigan. Let's get cooking.
Today we'll be cooking potatoes, carrots, and bits of meat. Let's get cooking with coals made by a roaring campfire. What's the problem? You seem a little off or confused or oh gosh, dang it. I knew I forgot something. Well, darn the torpedoes. Let's get cooking. While I build a fire here, here's a message from JJ Cool. Hey guys, JJ Cool here, telling you how to be cool while you're hot around a campfire. Now, I hope you have fun with your campfires, because I'm like, if you're not having fun with a campfire, then what's the point? But you also got to be safe, because if you're not safe, then your fun can end really quickly. So when you have a fire, just keep a few things in mind, please. Make sure that you have a source of water and a flathead shovel nearby. That'll help you put out the fire real quick if there's an emergency. And of course, you're gonna have to put out the fire eventually anyway, so it's good to already have that on hand. And please, when you build a fire, build it in a safe fire pit area and use common sense about how big to make the fire. Of course, none of this makes any difference if you don't have a fire warden. One person in your group has to be assigned the fire warden. That person's job is to keep an eye on the fire. And if the fire warden has to leave for whatever reason, another fire warden must be appointed. That way, there's a fire warden until the fire is cold out. That means you can run your hands through the coals and not be discomforted. And with that, let's get back to Let's Get Cookin' Fireside Edition. So I built the fire here, and I built the fire out of fuel, and then I used slightly smaller wood called kindling to burn the fuel, and I've got small wood called tinder to burn the kindling, to burn the fuel. Let's get cooking. All we need now is a fire starter, just such as this. Bark and dryer lint works real well. Put it right under there. And we need a source for a spark. And for that, I have some flint and steel. So, let's get cooking. All right, fine. So it doesn't always spark on the first shot. We'll give it another shot. Let's get cooking. 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 Fireside Edition. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Hey, could you shut that off for a moment, please? Yeah, just stop. It's not recording, right? Okay. So no one's gonna see this, right? Okay, cool. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. So here's our fire. It's amazing what you can start with just some flint and steel. Let's get cooking. So we actually, before we can cook our potatoes, carrots, and bits of meat, we have to wait for this fire to burn down to the coals. So while we're keeping an eye on the fire and being safe, we're gonna do other stuff. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking. Well, not quite yet. We still gotta wait for the fire to burn down the coals. So while we're waiting for that to happen, here's another message from JJ Cool. Hey everybody, JJ Cool again. I hope you've had fun watching this guy try to cook vegetables and meat, and we'll get right back to that as soon as we can. But first, I just wanted to give a shout out to libraries, especially public libraries in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Now, some libraries have reopened, at least in part for patrons after the COVID virus, and some libraries are still closed to patrons, but there's a very good chance that your library is offering online services that you can take advantage of right now. In fact, if you're a Bridgeport resident, I'd say you go on to www.bportlibrary.org or give a call at 203-576-7400, or go on to the Bridgeport Public Library's pages on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and you'll see that a lot is being done online for patrons of Bridgeport Library. And if you're not a Bridgeport resident, then go ahead and look up the website of your library or give them a call and ask what online services they are offering. And with that, let's get back to Let's Get Cookin' Fireside Edition. So, the fire has finally burnt down to a nice pile of coals, so now it's time to take our tinfoil and put it right on top. And now, at last, we can actually say, let's get cooking. So yeah, now we sit and wait for the food to be done. Oh, I'm sorry, what did you say? Did you say we should sing a campfire song? That's a great idea. You know, I was in the Boy Scouts for a long time, and we learned a lot of campfire songs, but we're not going to sing any of those today. We're going to sing a song that I just made up, a song that I like to call Let's Get Cookin'. Let's Get Cookin', verse 1. I once took my girl to a campfire, and she with delight was all shooken, and I leaned towards her with desire, and I whispered, babe, let's get cookin'. Let's get cookin', verse 2. Hey everybody, due to a merciful technology glitch, most of this song was not recorded. Your pal, JJ Cool. Let's get cookin', verse 27. And so she died whom I had dated, and now unto heaven is bookin', and her last wish was to be cremated. So what can I say but let's get cookin'? That's a beautiful song, that Let's Get Cookin'. Well, food should be ready by now, so let's dig in. Just gonna take a couple of sticks here, probably the easiest way of going about this. Put it on the rock, because it's still quite hot, and then open it up, and oh, look at that. Carrots, potatoes, and meats. Great. So I'm just gonna take my fancy silverware and dig in. If you enjoyed today's Let's Get Cookin' Fireside Edition, and I know you did, then please like us below, subscribe to the Bridgeport Public Library YouTube channel, and tell all your friends about this video. And if you don't have any friends, tell all your enemies. I'm Adam Cleri, teen librarian at Bridgeport Public Library in Connecticut. Let's Get Cookin' Fireside Edition.